This is the greatest salt that ever existed. It's called flaky salt, and if you buy a lot, it is expensive. So expensive that I said, you know what, I think I can make this from scratch. That is exactly what this video is all about. I'm gonna show you how I got great results making it 100% from home. And it turned out that it's even better than the ones that you can buy. And most importantly, we are only making incredible salts to go along with amazing steaks. As we all know, they are a perfect marriage. And for today, I'll be showing you 3 different versions that I found out are the best ones I made. This is making the greatest salts for incredible steaks, so let's do it. And I'm gonna start off with the plain basic flaky salt. Now you could make this 100% from scratch from seawater. And if you live near the ocean, you just gotta make sure you harvest good water. But if you're like me and you don't, here are the measurements. For every 1 liter of water, you wanna use 200 grams of salt. You can use any salt you like. It could be sea salt, table salt, coarse salt, it does not matter. Any salt will work. And by the end of this video, you're gonna completely understand why. Remember this, all salts are the same, just the way that they are made makes a difference. So after pouring 4 liters of water and 800 grams of salt, I mixed everything well because now it's time to bring everything to a boil. Now this is a crucial part that you do not want to make anything different. As you can see, I am using an Emilio cast iron pot. You don't want to use anything else for this. If not, you will completely ruin the salt and also your pot. Even stainless steel will not work. I've made that mistake twice and it's just a no-go. You see, when you are reducing the salt, it is extremely corrosive and it will basically eat any pot you have. However, for some reason, the ammo does not get eaten. So if you don't want to have to buy a new pot by the end you're done with the salt, definitely use one of these. You want to reduce everything to 1/3. If you do any longer than that, you will not have the same results. As you can see, once I was done, this is what it looks like. The very beginning of flaky salt is this. The first initial crystals right on top are amazing, and they will be your largest crystals. As things cools down, you will get layer by layer being formed. And it is just mesmerizing to watch them fall like this. To harvest them is very easy. Just use a strainer and take out the top layer. As you can see, you will be left with some incredible crystals. And as they dry, they will get even better. But hey, you're not done yet. That brine solution is gold. And I highly recommend using a glass container for the next step. That's because you already know it's very corrosive. So only using the brine, throw everything in there. Then you want to put it in your oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. As this is baking, you're gonna get more crystals. And all the salts that is left on the bottom is also good. So make sure you don't throw anything away. But after about 30 minutes in the oven, look what's happening to the salt. As the water starts evaporating, you're gonna get more crystals. Some of them will be super fine, but others will be like a perfect square. And it is the magic of flaky salt. Be aware of your oven, because by the end you might need a good cleanup. But hey, it's totally worth it, it's not a big deal. After about an hour and a half in the oven, this is what it looks like. As you can see, I still have a little bit of water left. You don't want to let it evaporate all the way. A little bit of water is actually in your benefit. As you can see, I was left with some incredible crystals. And even though the edges are not like flaky salt, I can also use them as coarse salt. Now the only thing left to do is to remove the water. And as you already know, the job for that is a good strainer. I also highly recommend using paper towel for this. It will speed up the process. And remember to let it air dry for at least 1 day. Because once that's done, my friends, you are left with the best salt there is. I mean, take a look at this. This will cost you big bucks if you're trying to buy it. Now for me, all I spent was $3. If you're buying a bucket of salt, it's gonna cost you anywhere between $30 to $35. Now that is big savings to me. This leaves more money to buy more meat. Since I've shown you how to make this wonderful salt, I want to show you a different version. And this one is even easier to make. And here's how. Into a food processor, I threw in half a cup of garlic, followed by a 1/4 cup of salt. Then you want to blend everything into a paste. In the end, you should be left with something like this. I highly recommend you using a parchment paper for the next step. That's because we want to spread it out as thin as possible. Since garlic has a good amount of moisture, to do this is not that difficult. As you can see, once I was done, this is what you're looking for. Now the only thing left to do is to get rid of all of this moisture. And for that, you already guessed it, we gotta throw it in the oven. Now you and I both know that garlic burns really quick. So you want to set your oven at 225 degrees Fahrenheit. And for this one, I cannot not give you exact time. You gotta keep an eye on it. At least for me, it took no longer than 25 minutes. The last thing you want is for the garlic to burn, because this should be what you're looking for. As you can see, everything is nice and dry. Now the only thing left to do is to break it into chunks because your garlic flaky salt is done. This is the awesome part about making salt at home. You can make the flakes the size you want. If you want a nice crunch, just leave it nice and large. But if you don't, just smash them up a little more. But that is how easy it is to make flaky garlic salt. The possibilities of making different types of salts is endless. I'm going to show you a different version using some herbs. Into the food processor, I threw in a little bit of garlic, followed by fresh thyme, a good amount of salt, and a zest of an entire lemon. Blend it well until everything forms into a paste. The great thing about it is that you can adjust this on the fly. If it's too dry, just add a little bit of water. And if it's too wet, just do the opposite by adding some salt. Because once you are done, you should have a paste like this. As long as it's nice and easy to spread, you are doing everything right. That is how easy it is to make incredible salts. The only thing left to do is to throw it in the oven, as you already know the process. Because once you're done, check it out. I mean, that's how easy it is to make incredible salts at home. And I hope that I give you the idea so that you can be as creative as possible and make something incredible for your family. Because this is the best way to go to make custom salts for incredible steaks. Talking about steaks, check it out what I got today from my meat dealer. Sometimes your meat dealer wants to hook you up, and he sent me this. I mean, the marbling of this cut is incredible. It's called chuck flat tail, and even though you cannot see that much marbling right now, but let me clean this up, take out all of the silver skin, slice them into steaks, and now you take a look at this. It almost looks like Japanese Wagyu A5, but it is not. And the marbling is ridiculous. That is why you gotta have a good meat dealer, because when he gets new products like this, he will hook you up, and you might just be the first one to try incredible pieces of meat just like this. But now, as you already know, there's nothing to do with this except to cook it. That's because I'm going to be using the salts that we just made to test this incredible meat. So for that, the first thing I'm going to be doing is putting a beautiful sear and using some butter. Once that's done, I'm going to be cooking them in indirect heat until I reach an internal temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit. So now I say it is enough talking and it is time to cook them, so let's do it. All right, everybody, here we have our beautiful steaks. Are you hungry, Mama? Yes.
Yes, I'm hungry.
So today I have an experiment, as always, but a good one, nothing bad.
Okay.
All right? Because
judging by that over there, it doesn't look too crazy, except for what it like.
That one looks a little weird.
It looks like cornflakes.
It does look like cornflakes. You're absolutely right about that. Let's switch this one here around. It's just about the salt. I made all these salts from scratch.
Oh, those are salt.
Yeah, those are all salts. So we got here regular flaky salt made from scratch, garlic flaky salt. Might be too salty.
It is very, very garlicky, very salty.
It's salt, Mama.
Wow.
And then this one, are you okay?
Woo!
I didn't expect you to do that. You just basically ate salt.
Salt and garlic, yeah.
Salt and garlic. So there's nothing to it. I want to know which one is better. You should get like a nice little crunch. So basically we're going to do something like this. Yeah, right on top, like flaky salt, and then a little bit of the garlic salt right on top. And then this one here is kind of like herbs. A little bit of herbs,
Okay.
a little bit of
I want to
lime.
try that one too.
Okay, try it. Oh, really, Mama? It might be real salty. Mama, it's like you're eating salt, Mama.
It's salty and acidic.
Yes, there's a lot of lime zest.
Oh, lime.
Sorry, lemon zest, everybody. Lime is green and lemon is yellow. Mama Zing, this is 100% homemade flaky salt.
All right.
So let's try it. You are used to the Maldon salt that we use it all the time. Let's see how it compares. You ready for this?
Let's do it.
On a piece of Wagyu, by the way. I'm salivating just talking. Cheers, everybody. Nice little crunchy.
I like the crunchiness. I like the flavor. I mean, it's just salt, but
yeah,
it's a good salty
just
flavor.
salt. Mama really enjoys eating salt by itself,
like
everybody.
food.
Do not recommend you doing that. That's not a good idea, okay? Okay, for me, same thing as the Maldon salt.
Delicious.
Very nice. Okay, I'm excited to try this one.
All right.
This one is basically just like a garlic salt. Don't overdo it, okay, Mama?
Okay,
that's
very little, okay?
Maybe a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more, like, 3 little pieces. Oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that one. That one is amazing, everybody.
If you like garlicky steak, make that, have it ready. You don't have to worry about the garlic when you're cooking. Salty and garlic, like vampires beware.
Powerful.
But on top of the steak like that,
really, really nice. And it's a little crunchy.
Yeah, all of them is a little crunchy.
That's amazing, everybody. That's so good.
That is so good. I can't wait to try the last one.
This one's amazing.
I'm gonna grab one over here already.
Go for it, Mama. Mama is ready, everybody. Just a few pieces. Don't overdo it, Mama.
Not going crazy.
I'm ready for this one. You ready for this one, Mama?
I'm ready for it.
Okay, this one seems very citricy, like you said.
Yes.
Let's try it. Cheers, everybody. Wow, so different. As soon as you take a bite, everybody, it is extremely different.
But the steak is not as acidic, but it's like zesty.
Yes. Like you feel that little lemon zest.
Lemon zest on top of it.
That is phenomenal. Well, and as always, don't overdo it because it is salt, okay? It's salt, everybody.
Your doctor's gonna have some stern words for you if you overdo this.
Honestly, I think all of them work like a charm. Mama, out of all of them, which one is your favorite one?
For the steak, I like the garlic.
The garlic one.
Yeah.
I have to agree with Mama 110%. It is also the easiest one to make. You know what I mean? Because it's only garlic. It's basically roasted garlic. Let's call it what it is. It's roasted garlic because I roasted a little bit. This is amazing, everybody. Phenomenal. This one here, all the herbs, is good as well, but nothing compared with just the garlic. It is amazing. Now, it is missing a little bit of pepper. I wish we had some pepper, but we want to judge just
the salt.
The salt and no pepper. If you throw in a little bit of pepper as it's cooking the steak,
then...
Anyway, guys, these are the results. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a try to make your own flaky salt at home. If you do enjoy this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe for future videos. Remember, if you are interested in anything I use, everything's always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
See ya.
And Mama recommends the garlic.
I really recommend it.
You know what? I'm going to go get some pepper, everybody. See you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody.
I don't even need the pepper.